when you get stuck in mud and your shoes get stuck in there. Dude, we can't even describe that. There's no use. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Share the Backline, the podcast where two washed up local musicians wax poetic about gripes, triumphs, and the mundane. I'm your host, O'Brien.
And Beardley.
All right, episode number 7.
Episode number 7 for you guys. This is episode number 8 for us. We have an episode that we'll probably never release.
Yeah. Well, I got a little out of whack. I got a little tired for that episode. We tried to bank one.
Yeah, we try to do what the pros do, and it didn't work out that well.
Well, we got snow coming up pretty soon. We wanted to have one in the chamber just in case we couldn't meet on a Sunday or something. You know, things come up.
But you guys will never hear it. It's pretty brutal.
It's on the Patreon. Just subscribe. Non-existent Patreon. Put like a random the Patreon right here. Check out my sweet wolf shirt, dude.
Sick.
I'm getting really good at cutting sleeves off of shirts because I'm, drums. But yeah, if you want a wolf shirt, go to Walmart. go to Walmart and like where were we? Victorville or something?
Was it Victorville?
Go to any Walmart in the desert.
Pretty
and
much.
Get some pretty sweet wolf swag.
Yeah, dude. And like some American flag swag.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Some two-way stuff. Come take them. Took our guns.
Dude, I am exhausted from this week from work.
We had a pretty brutal week.
I mean, I did like 15 hours of driving.
Oh my God, here we go.
No, O'Brien freaking manned up and did a drive from pretty much like Ontario, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't know, like Ontario, our office is based out of Harupa Valley, but it's easier to say Ontario.
Yeah, I lived in Ontario for 2 years, and I'd never heard of Harupa Valley until I started working there.
So from like Ontario to where? San Luis Obispo?
Yeah.
Which is a 4-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there to Bakersfield, which is like 2 hours away.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 hours.
And then back to the shop.
Yeah, it's like about another 3 hours.
And I slept the entire time. No, I did not.
Yeah. He did.
I was editing the podcast the night before, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
You text me, just stay up, I'll drive.
That's why it's a synergy. Pin that word.
Synergy?
Synergy. Yeah, well, we do a podcast together, and we also work together, and you can stay up all night and edit, and then I just do the driving.
And then I'll do all the work? Sleep.
Yeah, pull up, put the seat back. All right, go do the work. That's very dirty. It's usually you go test the units and stuff, and I'll like go look for jumping spiders.
Yeah.
On my little container.
I bought you some containers too.
Yeah, those are the ones I put in my pocket.
But you got better ones,
I got like 6 of them. No, the ones you bought, those are the ones that are in the truck that I like. When I get out of the truck, I grab one.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Dollar Tree.
San Luis Obispo is beautiful, man. That drive was really cool.
I was thinking about it today. Because driving up here, they have like the deer crossing. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I saw bear crossing.
Yeah, it was bear crossing.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I expected it. I expected for them to be what? Jesus Christ!
No words.
I expected there to be a lot more people. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminded me of like a Victorville almost, or no,
yeah. Like a coastal Victorville.
Yeah, coastal Victorville, exactly.
But yeah, driving to Ventura it's probably like little spots of, a lot of city. Well, the places we work are always just like they're building entire communities in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, true.
Or not in the middle of nowhere, but it was beautiful, but there wasn't a lot out there.
But yeah, from what I saw, it was beautiful.
Yeah. Woke you up a couple times like, dude, check this out. Check out that pier, bro. It was
Yeah, every time I would wake up, I'd just hear O'Brien's like '90s emo mix.
cool. Yeah, my depressing '90s mix. I've been adding to for a couple of years now. But the drive from there to Bakersfield was really cool too. It's like driving through like wine country, I guess. It's a lot of grapes, a lot of vineyards and stuff. I'm not good at I have a horrible sense of direction and geography and everything, so I had no idea where we were. I was just following the directions. But it was nice. It was a beautiful drive. A lot of nothing, but very beautiful nothing. Beautiful Nothing, new band name called it.
Okay. So what's up, dude? What do we got today?
Dude, we have so much to talk about.
I know. Look, I actually wrote down topics too.
Yeah, this is like in my notes, like a week's worth of topics. I've just been adding to it. I cut my hair this morning too.
Nice, dude.
Probably was
And you cut your face?
So it's kind of late. Did I cut my face? Is it
No, not anymore. You're good.
bleeding? Yeah, I cut my face.
It's like a scar, dude. Chick stick scars.
Yeah, facial scars. I always wanted a facial scar.
I have one. I don't know if you guys can
Lucky.
see it. The story goes, I was about like 3-ish, I think. And I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. And I jumped over a wall and fell into a rose bush and cut my face open. So now I have a giant scar on my face. Well, it's not giant, but
I think everybody around our age wanted to be a Ninja Turtle at some point,
I mean,
or a Power Ranger.
Power Ranger for sure. For sure. I remember having all their weapons. Like Billy had the sword that came out into like I don't know what they're called. But dude.
Then
yeah.
the Green Ranger had the
Yeah, the flute, dude.
How about me and my buddy Noel? We would, when I would go like pick him when we were hanging out, I'd go pick him up and then I would whistle that. And he would like, Noel was there. I wouldn't do the honk or anything. We would just whistle. Or if we couldn't find each other, if we were somewhere, we'd just do that whistle and then
Nice.
it's like our family whistle.
Dude,
The Green Ranger whistle.
I had all, for some reason, I had all the action figures. Like Power Rangers was my shit. I said this before. Like I loved Power Rangers. I had all the action figures. Do you remember the one where you like hit their belt and their head flipped?
Yeah.
So like it'll put their helmet on, or then it's just a regular. So I had all of those, but for the longest time, I could not find the Blue Ranger.
Did you ever find him?
I think my dad did. Like we would go looking for it because that was the only one I needed. Like one Easter, I got the whole Megazord, like the big box, and then I think I lost the Blue Ranger at school. Like I took him to school. Probably some kid jacked me because they were so hard to find.
Oh, dude, did you do the like when it would rain, it would be like a rainy day, be like a week long of rain or a couple days of rain, and they would tell you to bring like stuff to play with because you couldn't go outside.
No,
You never did that?
no, dude. We live in California. There's not a lot of rain.
Yeah, but we would have like rainy day schedules, they would call it. And then this one kid, dude, he was a set of he had a twin brother, and
This one guy was a set of twins.
this one man was two man, we were like in third grade. This one kid was actually two kids split into two.
Nice.
He could be in two places at once, but he would always bring the best toys, dude. But I remember kids have sticky fingers, dude. They were just, your toys would end up in their backpacks. Like, little lunch pails.
I
Son of a bitch.
I don't know if I dreamt this or it actually happened, but I think I got in trouble for taking a toy home from school. Like in kindergarten, they had a bunch of toys and stuff.
Yeah, like it was property of the school.
Yeah,
Had the
where
little stamp on it.
Yeah, no, it was a Ghostbusters toy, but it was
They had
so
Ghostbusters toys at your school?
yeah.
Sick.
In kindergarten, dude, they probably like got donated or something. But he had the backpack on, and I thought that was super cool. So I think I don't know if it actually happened or not. It might have been just a bad dream. But yeah, dude, we never had that, like, oh, bring stuff to play with. Like, I had mean teachers.
Dude, now I'm wondering if I dreamt it. Or if it was just like, or if this kid knew it was going to rain. Or maybe he just always had toys in his backpack. I remember I was like, guys, we were a little too old for him to be playing with action figure with toys like that. But I mean, in front of people, because I still had them. But he would like bring them out, and people would like kind of look at him, and I'd be like, "Dude, those are sick. let me play with that Ninja Turtle or RoboCop or whatever he had at the time."
Did you ever get into like pro wrestling, like WWE, WCW?
No, and it's funny because I had a lot of close friends. Like I was a latchkey kid, so the kids in my neighborhood, we would always go to their houses after school, or I would at least, because I would just walk over.
What's a latchkey kid?
Your parents work, so you come home from school and you're kind of on your own.
Oh, yeah, that was me too for a little bit.
Yeah, so they call it latchkeys. You put the key to your house, and you wear it so you can get in and out.
Oh.
We would always, I would always lose my key, so I would have to break into my own house every time. Like I knew how to slide the sliding glass doors and windows.
Same.
But a lot of them were super into wrestling, and I don't know how I didn't get into it, but I remember thinking even as a kid, I was like, dude, this is fake. Like I know now, like everything's fake.
It's not fake, dude.
Well, I mean, they're doing stunts and stuff, but it's scripted for the most part. Scripted, not fake. Yeah. And I'm like, but it's just it's like theater. You know what I mean? Like now that I'm older, I realize like, who cares? But it was like, you had to be a certain age to be naive enough to think that they were trying to pull it off as real, you know? So it was one of those things where it was either real or fake, and I was like, oh, it's fake. But then I'm over here watching cartoons and everything's scripted.
I only brought it up because like you know you say like action figures and stuff. I used to collect the wrestling figures. So like the 6-inch wrestling figures or 8-inch, whatever they are. Like every time there was a pay-per-view, my dad would take me to Kmart, and I remember one time it was like WrestleMania. We went to Kmart and I bought Stone Cold, but he had like jeans on and a t-shirt, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
Was it like actual denim, like on the, the figure?
No.
It'd be sick.
It was just plastic. It painted blue jeans. But I also had like the big wrestling ring and stuff, and then the cage and everything.
Yeah. You're one of those kids? You're like all the cool shit? You're the kid where I was like, it was a rainy day. I was like, oh, those are going to end up in my backpack.
Well, because I was an only child for forever. You know?
That's cool too.
For the first 10 years, I think I was. Mm-hmm. Right? Something like that. 9 years?
Yeah. So you got like a bunch of kids worth of toys just for you.
Yeah. It was a way to keep me happy and shut me up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude.
Keep you docile.
Yeah.
Like this kid's 8. He's already got a beard. keep him busy over here. I always hated those taller action figures,
like the G.I. Joes and stuff.
I'm realizing more and more every episode that I am kind of a snob. I've kind of always been, but yeah, those taller. I know which wrestling toys you're talking about. If they didn't move like everywhere, like the arms and the legs and everything, like G.I. Joes, those were my shit. So anything that was any like car or anything that I bought had to fit a G.I. Joe. So that was like my measuring stick was a G.I. Joe. Like does what a G.I. Joe fit in there? So it could pretend he's driving it or whatever. And so when they even made like the taller G.I. Joes, like, why would they make this? This is useless. If I put one of the little G.I. Joe guns in his hand, it would like fall out. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I would never really get toys that were any bigger than that.
I never had a G.I. Joe.
Really?
Like I never was into GI Joes at all. Like maybe one of the kits where you get the base and everything, and I might have played with my cousins or something, but like I was never really into it. It was all about wrestling and Power Rangers and then Pokemon. Dude, speaking of Pokemon, my mom, she tells me this like every year. She's like, I waited in line at 4:30 in the morning at Toys R Us to get you this Pokédex. The first time that like the Pokédex came, Pokemon was like brand new, and they came out with the Pokédex
it's like that physical Pokédex
that had all 100. It's just a like not even a green screen, like an old calculator, basically, pixelated and stuff. But you couldn't scroll through all.
Just two colors,
150. Black and off white.
Darker black.
Yeah. But dude, I had a Pokédex. That thing rocked. That thing was rocking.
Damn! Shout out to Toys R Us.
This one, right? I'm already messing up, dude. Now you got a laptop in front of you, and I can't do this.
I told you to bring a laptop.
I have one right there. It's just then I won't be able to do this.
No, I guess you're right. I got a news desk over here. extra. Wait, no, that's damn it. I'm going back to the newspaper guy, the old newsy.
Dude, I wanted to just like I thought of this on the drive up here. Like, I text you that I was here, and you get like when the first day I came, you gave me the code to your door. I don't know about you, but I can't walk into somebody's house without being let in.
That's pretty old school.
Like, I have friends that would just walk into people's houses.
Bonkers.
And
what are you doing? It's a good way to get yourself shot.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, no, dude, I have to be let in. Even like at a party.
You're like a vampire.
Like, I'll knock on the door. Oh, nobody's home. I'll go home. I don't know why.
You're standing outside of your own house waiting for your wife to let you in.
No, my house, like, I'll kick down the door, it's like, what's up, bitches? But my friend's house, like, even if I'm there every day, like for summer, I was at my buddy's house every day. I'll still be like, knock on the door. He's like, just come in. I'm like, okay. Like, I have to say, like, I have to hear, just come in, it's open. Okay. I'm not just going to walk right into somebody's house.
Yeah. I'm going to start walking into your house in the morning when I get there. No, but the same thing, like, I would just be standing in your garage and like your father-in-law came, he's like, come inside. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. He was like 8 years old again. But here it's just me and Jenna's home today, and that's it. There's no one else here. You're just walking.
Yeah, it still feels weird.
Yeah.
Like, it felt weird just like, because I didn't see you. You opened the door and I didn't see you. I'm like, I stood downstairs.
Oh, because I was on the screen? Like, you couldn't see me through the screen door?
No, I had walked up. Like, I don't know what you were doing. Maybe like doing.
I was cutting my hair.
Oh, there you go. So like I stood there. I'm like, do I just go upstairs or wait for him? I just came upstairs.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, when I opened the door, and I said, "What's up to you?" I went to go put the clothes in the dryer. It's like, oh, and then I'll let him in. He can go set up while I go get ready, whatever. And then I came up and the door was closed, and then you closed this door like you were scared. Yeah. Like you scurried up the stairs. I heard it. So I was like,
I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Someone's going to catch me in this house. It's also weird having like my own house.
Yeah.
Because you still feel like a kid sometimes. It's like we're grown men. We got houses.
The only difference is like nobody can tell you can't walk around in your underwear.
True. No one ever told me that. Damn, we haven't even started the episode. How do we start talking about G.I. Joes?
I have no idea.
But okay, let's go back to G.I. Joes really quick. It's talking about that kid being a little too old to be playing with G.I. Joes in public, at least.
Yeah.
I started thinking about like playing video games. You're essentially playing with action figures again, but they're on a screen and you don't control them. You still control them with your hands, but you're not physically manipulating them. So it's kind of the same thing. I was playing, GTA, had my little character and stuff, playing it online. I was like, dude, this is playing with G.I. Joes. Like, video games is just the next step, but it's the same exact thing. Like, playing video games, they're not real things. You're controlling a little action figure, but it's on the screen. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
I'm like, you lost me, dude.
You don't think so? Like, okay, when you played wrestling, you'd grab the two characters, right? And you, like, in your head, they'd be fighting, and there'd be an audience, and then be off the top rope and fighting and stuff. And then when you play video games, what do? You have a character, but it's like if you had a little robot wrestling guy, and you were controlling him with a remote control. You're still playing with toys, but it's on a TV.
Stop trying to convince me, man.
Just admit it, man. You still play with toys, and so do I.
I play with toys. Well, my kids' toys.
Oh, true. You have kids. Gives you an excuse to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Check out the band.
Dude, this band rocks, dude.
Sir, where are your children? They're in the ball pit somewhere. I don't know.
Somewhere. I don't know. Probably
Tell me. I'm a guest here. Supposed to be serving me.
Dude, speaking of toys, we went to Walmart again.
Mm-hmm.
We had a job that kind of went astray.
Kiboshed.
Yeah. So we took our lunch at Walmart. Like, just, you needed to pick up a few things. I needed to pick up a few things. But my boys turned 1 in a week, 2 weeks. I'm like, what do you get a 1-year-old? I had a 1-year-old daughter, but I don't remember what we got her. My wife took care of that. At the time, I wasn't working, so I didn't really have money, my own money to go buy something. Dude, I got them a killer ball pit so they can throw little balls at each other.
Dude, that would have been like a dream come true as a kid. Killing your own ball pit.
Yeah, so it has like a little basketball hoop and stuff, and then for Christmas we got them like this, the play school cars or whatever, the ones with the yellow roof, the red car. It's kind of the same
classic.
Thing. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but it's a big like ice cream truck.
Sick.
So it could fit like 2 people, so they can roll around in it together.
Yeah, start their own little business.
Yeah, and it has a speaker and. RZA for Wu-Tang wrote the music for that ice cream truck.
Shut the hell up, really?
Yeah.
The brain? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, dude. Shit.
We're a work in progress, man. We're a work in progress.
This whole time I was thinking, I'm like, I think I'm doing pretty good. And
I haven't said yeah, dude, or in like 30 seconds.
That brings me... Again, I feel like an asshole. Well, I mean, I wasn't quite... I was more jokingly about it. But at Walmart...
I know what you're going to talk about.
We use self-checkout. And the lady at the front door... Like, you were checking out. The lady at the front door was looking right at me. Like, we made eye contact. Twice. And she still asked for our receipts. You saw me buy the shit.
Yeah, but all right, hear me out. When you do so much unnecessary and redundant shit when you're working. You gotta get you gotta know rhythm, you gotta know motion. And you do a lot of, it's like reps, like in baseball, like you just keep swinging or keep doing the same thing over and over. Wax on, wax off. Her job is just to look down like that and then go. So she's got to do it every single time, or else that one time she forgets, that's when her manager sees her. Or that's when somebody actually takes shit and they're like, did you check the receipt? And then they check the camera and she doesn't go. You know what I mean?
She didn't check your receipt.
just disregard everything I just said.
We left together.
No, but I know. But she didn't even. She was looking at us, and she didn't even realize that we did 2 transactions. Her job is just so monotonous and so tragically mundane. She just you could have handed her you could have handed her your shopping list.
I don't even think she looked in our cart.
No, we had everything in the bags. She didn't look at the card or anything. She just, because that's what the camera sees. Like, okay, she's doing her job. If they stole something, I'm like, well, she checked the receipt.
I had a coworker of mine a little bit before you started. We went, I think it was that same Walmart. I want to say it was that same Walmart. He bought something.
Pair of pants, right?
Yeah.
You told me the story.
Yeah, and the lady wanted to check his receipt, and he kind of just, like, this was being a real jerk about it. He just kind of kept walking, and like, she was completely in the wrong for saying this, but I get it. Like, you know, she probably deals with this 100 times a day. Like, even though I told the lady, you look right at us. Like, I was joking about it. I'm like, you looked right at us. Why you got to check our receipt?
Yeah. Yeah, you said that. I was like, oh, he's joking around with her. But then when we went outside, you're like, she was looking at us. But you didn't say it at her. You were just
so, you know, they
fucking grumpy old man.
I am, dude. Turning into my grandpa. But, you know, they hear, you know, they have people walking out probably all the time. But, like, she said it loud enough that he heard her, but she shouldn't have. And she's like, I guess that's why you stole those pants then. Or something like that. And then it turned into this whole thing, but.
Dude, to be fair, he looked like he would have stolen some pants from Walmart.
True. Dude, my eye is twitching like crazy.
Easy, you fucking crushed that coffee.
It
was full like 30 seconds ago.
It was not full. I was gonna say I'm ready for round 2, dude, but we ran out of oat milk. If you want to sponsor this podcast so we can buy oat milk.
Chobani original. I'm not gonna aim all the way up to Oatly. That's too expensive.
We need the money.
I'm on a Chobani budget.
No. We work. We put in like almost 100 hours again in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine. But if you want to sponsor this podcast,
but I still cut my own hair. What were you talking about that? Like how I was like, when I was telling you about my speaker, you're like, come on, dude. I was thinking about, I was like, am I cheap? I'm incredibly cheap when it comes to myself. Like I was like, I have an Apple Watch, but it's Janice because she got a new one from her aunt's, and then she's like, oh, you want my old Apple Watch? I was like, yeah, otherwise I'm never going to have an Apple Watch.
You're using Jenna's laptop?
Yeah, because my laptop's from 2011.
The same year your phone came out? I keep telling this guy, buy a new phone, dude. Just, I know
this
how much.
This is the last, most extravagant thing I bought myself.
And he cut it.
That's why I was saying, my gear has to be, pretty heavy duty. Because I'm never going to buy more gear. I bought everything I needed, and I'm like, okay, this is going to last me the rest of my life.
I could only imagine if I left you in charge of buying all the gear for the podcast, dude.
We'd be cans on a string, dude. We'd have I would have found one of those old Tascam recorders we were talking about for $20 at a garage sale. Speaking of this can, that would have been the end of it. Yeah, cutting my hair. My favorite is like, oh, you got a haircut? Like, yeah, I cut it myself. Like, oh, I can tell. You hit me with that one once. Whatever, that's fine. I don't want some stranger touching my head.
It's the best, dude. Coming out with a fresh cut. I'll never cut my own hair.
You have good hair though. Like I probably should go where you get your hair cut. Because the last dude. Okay, The last time I got my haircut, I didn't like I'll shave my beard like
Hair reveal, dude. I don't think I've taken off my hat.
yeah, you've always had a hat on. Damn, look at that salad. That's a lot of lettuce.
It's all gray up in front too.
Yeah, I don't have any gray on my head. It's all on my beard. But
I see it right there, dude.
shut the fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Just for Men. Sponsor this podcast. The last time I went, it was maybe 3 years ago. It was right before we were gonna take pictures for work. I was like, "Oh, I'll go get a haircut really quick." I was like, we had like an employee day or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, pictures for work.
and my hair was a disaster. I was like, "Oh, I'll just go and there's a barber right there." I was like, maybe I'll give it a try. Have somebody cut my hair. So I went and cut my hair way too short. I have a giant head, so when my hair is short, it looks fucking awful, dude. You just look like a lollipop. But he also like, he's like, yeah, we can trim the beard and everything too. And it was a little longer than this, and he just fucking like cut it down. I ended up just buzzing it off, but I do like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I'll just buzz it down and just grow a new one. But it wasn't that time of year. I wasn't ready to let it go yet. And he just like cut it off. And I was so pissed. And I did that classic thing. You still tip him like, oh yeah, it looks good. I'll just go cry in the car. Whatever, dude. I still tip him. It's just hair. But I don't know if anybody like cuts their own hair out there. You get like, I'll cut it once and then tomorrow I'll realize I missed some spots. It looks like shit. And I usually end up cutting it like 3 times till I get it kind of where I want it.
Yeah, you have a nice rat tail going, dude.
And
really 2010 of you.
Yeah. I was at a friend's house and I think it was TIE Fighter came to pick up some shirts because he made merch for everybody back then. It was my friend Julio. And West Covina, and they came to pick up their shirts, and we were just there playing Halo, and they all had rat tails. I was like, oh, dude, that's cool. I was like, I want a rat tail now. I never did it, but yeah, rat tails were a thing.
My hair's too curly to be a part of any scene. Like, I couldn't do any scene hair. Like, I couldn't do the rat tail. Like, if I let my hair grow, people are like, oh, the curls will get so heavy, it'll just fall. It's like, no, mine just keeps going up and up and up.
Mine did the same thing. If I would let it go, it would wave here, so it would come down and wave like a Jesus haircut, and then it would come up like that, and then just start curling. I look like a fucking scoop of ice cream, dude. But I do like that's like 70s style, like when it would grow, I would play with the headband on, like the red, white, and blue one, and like put my hair down like that,
like a Stacy Peralta.
Yeah, there you go. And I would rock it like that, and I would take it off, and it would have the shape of the headband, but I couldn't get it past like right here, because then it would just wave like crazy.
I grew when I was streaming. I was growing out my hair because I was dyeing it like different colors. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna shave my head and dye it blue. Like,
you didn't have scene hair, but you had stream hair.
It was pink.
Nice.
I did red first, blue.
While you play with digital toys.
Pink. Blonde for a while. And then pink again, like hot pink.
I used to dye my hair, like in high school. And my friends that were like the punk kids also turned out to be good at sports. So they were all the jocks as well. So we were all hanging out at my house one day, or they all came over. It was, back then we would just show up at somebody's house.
Yeah.
And we'd all just start hanging out. But I was bleaching my hair at the time. So I bleached my hair, and then had like the whole wrestling team was at my house and like, oh, let's do it too. And then so they were all in my bathroom. They all bleached their hair. So I went to school and, oh, you on the wrestling team? Like, God damn it. So I went and I got some Manic. What is it?
Manic Panic.
Yeah. Put some green in there. I'm like, you fucking assholes. And they all took like their wrestling pictures and they all had bleached hair. I was like, fucking dickheads.
That's cool though. I never had a hair dyeing party, but
it wasn't it was an impromptu hair dye party. Don't make it sound like that, dude. Don't make it sound like that.
My buddy Roll, like the summer of, I want to say 06. I just finished school. Yeah. So it was the summer of 06. I wasn't doing anything yet. I was about to go have like an interview at Target or something. Like we were just at his house hanging out. And he had a lip piercing. I'm like, man, that's so cool. I want my lip pierced. But I was 17 at the time. He's like, oh, I did this myself. I'm like, really?
What the fuck?
I'm like, that's cool. I don't remember if he did it himself or he just said that. He's like, yeah, I'll do yours. I'm like, all right, cool.
I'll do yours.
And then I remember, I think I called my dad. I'm like, hey, I'm going to pierce my lip. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pierce my lip. And I don't remember getting brushed back, but I don't know if he said no or
how did you, what was his method, his manner of piercing your lip?
A sewing needle.
And like ice? He's like,
I think we just numbed it and stabbed it in there, but the needle he used was too small. So I couldn't get any like jewelry in it. So I just had a hole in my lip. And then,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I remember doing that. And then
I do remember a lot of Montebello scene kids get like piercing themselves. It's like, you fucking bums. You go to a shop.
Well, then, once I wasn't 18 yet though. And once I turned 18, I got my lip pierced. And then I pierced it again. Then took him out for a job. And then put him back in. Like I said, all the holes for my snake bites. I should get snake bites again, dude.
Yeah, dude. Straight out, dude.
Straight out, dude. Ask my mom, dude. Straight up.
I lost my housing paperwork. Straight out.
Here you go, sugar.
What's that guy's name on Instagram?
I don't know, but we'll find it and we'll put it right here because that guy's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, we see that guy everywhere. Not actually him, but working in Hesperia and Victorville and stuff.
Straight up, dude.
Break your jaw, dude. Yeah, you should definitely get him.
Dude, I remember stretching my ears too for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
My stepmom took me. We went to the swap meet to get my ears pierced. The Pico Rivera swap meet.
Damn, Pico.
And it was just like one of those jewelry stores, and they
not even Santa Fe.
Indoor swap meet at Pico, dude. I think it was like $12.
Nice.
Pierced both my ears with studs. And then I had bought the stretchers. And I didn't know there were smaller ones, so I think I went to a 2 gauge. And so I let like the studs stay in for a little bit, let it like heal up and whatnot. And then just remember sitting at the kitchen table and lubing up the stretcher with Vaseline and stuff, and there's just boom, both of them.
Did they do that pop?
I could hear like a rip, like,
oh God.
And then I kept going.
Feeling a little woozy here.
Kept going bigger and bigger. That's another. I want to stretch my ears again, but I have kids, and they're going to be like, and then I'm going to come. My ears going to be like this, coming to work.
God. There was a band. I know my friend Richie Webb was a singer. I can't remember the name of the band, but their drummer he had torn it. So it was just like the two things dangling. Shout out to Richie Webb. He's a great singer. You didn't look at them and say, maybe they're tapered for a reason. Maybe you should start small and work my way up.
No.
Stupid punk kids. When we're talking about Hot Topic, that must have been the last time I went to Hot Topic, was to get the little tapers.
Yeah. Again, I don't remember seeing smaller sizes. I thought like that was the smallest you can go outside of a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it wasn't, but
Shout out to my mom, dude. When I was a kid, there was an article with Kirk Hammett in it, and he had a blue spike in his lip.
ooh,
What
I
is this,
remember
Libre?
with his short hair.
Yeah.
That was like cutting.
Oh,
stunts.
it was the album cover, wasn't it? For Load or Reload? I don't know. There was a picture of
But I remember
the blue spike.
He had short hair and cutting stunts. Mm-hmm. The video, I had all the Metallica videos. Yeah.
Same. But I thought it was so cool, and I always wanted it. And I think it was for my 16th birthday. My mom was like, "All right, let's go." So one of my older brother's friends worked at Grand Prix or Grand Prix in Pasadena. I don't know if it's still there. It's like a tattoo shop in Old Town. And so he hit him up. He's like, "Yeah, bring him down." And because I wasn't 18, like my mom had to go. And I think she thought I was going to chicken out. She's like, "Oh, what do you use?" You know, it was like a big old needle, and it was like thick, you know, because he pushed the jewelry through.
Yeah.
And I did it. And I remember my brother and sister were so mad because they didn't let them do anything. Like, no piercings. I think my brother got his ass kicked for piercing his ears. And they just let me do it. But I was the baby, you know? So they let me kind of get away with a lot more things. And not only that, she drove me there. But that's when I had my lip pierced. And then...
Hold on, dude. I'm getting a call from Belgium.
Oh, it's very important.
Yeah, very important.
My friend Gil on my 18th birthday, I remember we did a bunch of like 18-year-old things. Like we went and bought tobacco. We were hanging out in Hollywood. We went to the Hustler store, and then he got my ears pierced, and I think he got his lip pierced at the same time. A little 18-year-old bonding moment.
Dude, when I turned 18, it's funny you say that. Like when I turned 18 at midnight, I walked to 7-Eleven, which was like a mile and a half away. Midnight, I bought a pack of Marlboro Reds and a Playboy.
Like midnight, for like you had just turned 18?
Yeah.
Sick.
Like I just turned 18. I'm like, I'm 18 now. I can do this. Like, that's when cigarettes, you only had to be 18 to buy. No, you're 21.
Oh, shit, really? What the fuck have I been?
But yeah, I think everybody when they turn 18,
And now I'm addicted to both.
At least back then, like the first thing you do is go buy a pack of cigarettes because you can.
Yeah, just because you can.
But I was buying liquor at like 17, so
I'm gonna vote Green Party because I can. Because I'm 18 now.
as soon as you turn 18, you get the letter in the mail from the military, like, oh, you have to register.
Nah,
I did.
Oh, I think I did too. I don't know. Probably did a lot of things when I was 18. I don't remember.
Let's see. What else you got, dude? Dude, we've been just firing off random shit.
We haven't even gotten to any of the topics, bud.
True. Well, I mean, I did 2 of my topics that I had written down. 2 out of the 3. This is an Andrew Quarterback podcast.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, let's get to the third one. What else you got?
We were talking the other day, and I noticed, like, I'm looking at your notebook right now, and you have a bunch of notes. I have, like, maybe 3 things. But
for the visual media.
Yeah.
Andrew's holding up his notes right now.
Yeah. I have,
for the podcast listeners.
Very little stuff written down, but I have so many damn notebooks, dude. Like, there's one right here.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like, they're just cool, dude, but I don't write anything in them.
You've got a thing with pens, markers, pencils, and notebooks.
Yeah.
Like you had. Oh, we're back to. Thank you for listening to our ASMR channel. I'm gonna go through the notebook. These are both my pencil box.
both my pens and pencil boxes. No, but yeah. I mean, look at I have shit so so weird. I don't know what it is, man. I gotta write shit down.
I got in your car and you handed me like a set of what are those drafting pencils?
Yeah.
A full set of drafting pencils. And you handed it to me. I was like, oh, cool. He knows I like drafting pencils. They just sat in your car.
They're still in my car.
You just carry them around.
I bought it because like that Write in the Rain. That mechanical pencil.
That's a cool pencil.
Feels really good, and you know I do write stuff down for work. Like we write down serial numbers and things to do. But yeah, dude, I have so many notebooks and I don't write shit down. I don't get it.
It's like the napkin. I have a bunch of notes. I have notes written down in pen and paper. I have notes in my phone. I have some stuff pulled up on the laptop. And we were listening to a podcast and they were talking about like, oh, everybody's on their phones. And then somebody says like, oh yeah, well, I'm looking at my notes. I have my notes in my phone. And it just got me thinking like, there's always been something that distracts people. Like before the constellations, like people would just stare at the sky or stare. You know, like when they invented fire, like, what are you doing? You just stare at this fire all night. You're just looking at the fire or whatever. You're just looking at the horizon. Why are you watching the sunset? And then people just like with their faces buried in another newspaper while they're on the train or whatever. Like everybody's always had something to look at to distract themselves, so they basically just don't feel alone when you're alone. And even like people watching, if you're sitting at a diner by yourself, having a cup of coffee, your phone's dead or whatever, you're just going to people watch. But it struck me. It was like so funny that people complain about that. You're like, I don't want to use the term, but boomers, you know, like, oh, kids are always looking at their phone. But when I look at the phone, I'm looking at the news. There's always, you know, they always have a justification.
I'm
like,
always learning something.
Yeah, I'm doing something useful on my phone, but you're doing the same thing. And how do you know what everybody else is doing on their phone? Just shut the fuck up. the opposite of a grumpy old man. I'm a grumpy old man about grumpy old men. Shut the fuck up. Let the kids have their fun.
Yeah.
Like the fucking AI portraits.
Dude, my brother had a killer one, dude.
Just good?
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
But everybody, while you do that, like, it's so funny because everybody's posting them. And whenever something big happens like that, like all the posts come up because they'll get likes because there's always two sides to something where people are like, stop fucking shit. And I shared one because I thought it was kind of funny, the Squidward one. It's like everybody with their AI portraits. And I wasn't hating on it. It's like, if something's cool, like whatever, you know, if you want to share it. And then something came out, I was like, oh, it's bad because there's the AI program is using other people's artwork and it's stealing money from the artists and blah, blah, blah. And that's one of the reasons I didn't do it, because something always comes up like that. Like you can't just have nice things, but it's in capitalism. There's no ethical consumption. So someone's always getting ripped off no matter what. So it's like, this is the hand we're dealt. Just like have fun, enjoy these little things that you can.
Welcome to Share the Political Backline. Dude, so check it out. I'll post this picture so you guys can see it.
Oh my God.
But
that's Captain America, dude.
It looks, dude, my brother, that is my brother. Like, I try to find, I'm not going to post a picture of my brother, but this, if you see this, that's exactly what he looks like. Like I posted that, I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. And then he's like, AI is crazy. I'm like, what? That was AI? Like I thought like a buddy drew it for him or something.
That's so fun because like a couple of weeks before that AI portrait thing dropped, you were showing me we should link that, dude.
The War Pigs thing?
Yeah, that shit blew my mind. It was War Pigs, but every like the lyrics, the lines were put into an AI, and it generated these. Now I know like how it works. They put, all this different artwork in there, and then it kind of learns from it. But the images were so damn cool, dude.
Yeah, I wish we could show it, but because of the music and stuff. But I'll drop a link down below, and also I'll have our Instagram down below, our email down below. Make sure you like and follow us, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We really do appreciate it. I think we're at like 12 now, which is awesome for being around for a month and a half.
Sweet.
50 followers on Instagram, which is pretty cool.
Thank you.
We're still following back the first like 100 people that follow us. Follow for follow, guys. But dude,
F for F.
Real quick before we go back into the war pigs, because I want to talk about that. You went kind of viral on Instagram. Semi-viral. It's like
it was more of a common cold.
It was like a boomer viral. Like, I got 3 likes on this.
Oh my god, everybody's talking about it.
We've talked about it for like 3 podcasts in a row now, like the Red Vine Challenge. But the video has over 3,000 views, has over 100 likes. And it's I think the only hashtag is Red Vine Challenge.
Mm-hmm. Everybody watching me at my lowest moment. You a fistful of red vines.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Time. If you want to see the video, at Share the Backline, and then you can follow us
on Instagram.
Yeah,
at Share the Backline.
At Share the Backline. YouTube.com/at Share the Backline.
Dude, I want to get people to actually do it and like send us the videos. I think it's not easy to do. It's like that they always what is this challenge? They put challenge like the Tide Pod challenge. That's not really, you just eat a Tide Pod. It's easy to do, kids. I'm just kidding.
Don't do that. It's bad. God damn it, dude. You are going to be the downfall of this podcast. Holy shit.
Don't eat Tide Pods. But it's, like the ice bucket. It's really challenging to have a bucket of ice thrown on you. Even though it was for a good cause. But I didn't think it was going to be challenging either. When I bit into it, my teeth started hurting. I was like, oh my God, this is really bad. I have to go to the dentist after this.
Who was the comedian? I think it was on the Kill Tony podcast. The comedian with ALS.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "Where's my bucket money?
Where did all the ice bucket money go?" Dude, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that guy's so funny. His timing is so good. Let's put a link to that. That guy's really cool.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that, and then again, we'll put a link to the War Pigs with the AI art, dude. I remember first.
Yeah, buy a case of Tide Pods. Watch the War Pigs.
Your
little snack mouth. No, I'm just kidding. Get some Gushers. This is basically what it was.
Yeah. I had to cuss at you, dude. I'm tired of bleeping you out. And then I'm tired of why are you censoring me, bro?
Well, he's joking.
Why are you censoring me?
I'm realizing now that we do the podcast, like, you hear people talk or, talking about like conspiracy theories and stuff. And even though I don't believe in them, like saying certain things are a hoax, but it's funny to say that they are or that you believe they are.
Dude.
And I didn't realize it until we started. I was like, yeah, record. And I just start lying. Some people, I believe this is a hoax and this and that. Because it's just so... It's so out there. It's so ridiculous that these people actually exist and they're serious about it. It's funny to me to kind of play along and pretend I'm one of them.
Dude, I fell into a deep rabbit hole last night. I probably messed up my TikTok algorithm.
Yes.
I was just watching videos on giants. Like the conspiracy theory that giants existed.
Dude, okay. You do 2 things when we work that I noticed. I'm going to bring them up. You'll put on like a 6-hour long episode of something and then fall asleep within the first 30 seconds. So I'm just listening to this thing. And one of them, this dude was just rattling off conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory, and it went on for a good, like, it was like an hour and a half drive or something.
That was a conspiracy theory iceberg, dude.
Yeah, that one. Then when you said Giants, I was like, why do I know this? Because the other thing, dude, you'll get like $15 worth of espresso, like coffee and shit. You'll sit it down in your cup holder and then knock out. That was, you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I should get two. And you got 2 lattes, and then you drank them and then immediately fell asleep. It's like, God damn it. So we're sitting there, your Dutch brother's just sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking drink that thing.
Hey, but I woke up and drank it.
Yeah, you're like, I was like, why'd you buy that? You're just gonna fall asleep. And then that's when I realized you buy out this coffee and then you set it down and you just knock out. And then you're like, oh, I got it for later. And as soon as you woke up, you reached over, you started drinking. I was like, oh,
It's
really?
like a reward.
It's like a reward. It's like you really did get it for later.
Dude, I
reward. I'm gonna reward myself
for a hard day's work. Hard day's work.
You gotta reward myself for being good to myself and catching up on my sleep.
Oh shit,
That's a
dude.
good thing.
Yeah, no, like I just like, oh, you killed that thing. I can lay down on that couch and pass out, dude. Yeah. Coffee doesn't like, oh, I'm awake. Shouldn't say that. Maybe an Americano will keep me awake.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I was telling you, is it takes like 30 minutes to hit you. So if you've like pound of coffee and in 30 minutes, you'll start to feel it.
I think because I have my kid's birthday party next week, so we got to bank another episode. I'm going to need a coffee, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I made some espresso downstairs. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, what were we talking? I interrupted you to fucking roast you about your fucking coffee. And the Giants.
Giants, dude. Yeah, so, I mean, I was, for like 2 hours, put my daughter to sleep. Well, I'm like, come on, let's go to bed. And she's like, no, I want to go to Nana's bed. So she had a sleepover with her grandma and grandpa in their bed. And I'm like, all right, I'll go back outside, play some Apex or something, or watch YouTube videos. And I was sitting on like the armrest of the couch. Mm-hmm. Like I was leaning over that, and just for 2 hours on my phone on TikTok watching videos about Giants. And like people are like, oh, they found a 4.5 foot
like giant bones, right?
Footprint. And I'm like, yeah, that's carved. And then one guy's like, notice the mud is sticking up. You know when you step in mud and the mud kind of curls up over your foot or something? Mm-hmm. It had that. I'm like,
would you get stuck in mud and your shoes get stuck in there?
Dude,
we can't even describe that. There's no use.
Well, a couple of weeks ago when it rained really hard, we had a job in Vernon. Mm-hmm. And there was just like this giant backhoe, like, dirt digger thingy. And O'Brien went the left way. And I'm thinking like, oh, maybe there's not too much mud. So I went the right.
It's a new construction site. So they hadn't even started building. They were still just making the dirt malleable, making it soft.
So I looked and I'm like, oh, maybe, maybe this mud is kind of compressed. I can step in it. And I took one step and I sank like maybe to almost my knee. And then I tried to get my shoe out or my foot out, and then my shoe just got lost in the mud. So I stepped down with my left, and same thing, I sink. And I can't get that shoe out. And I just kind of like fall forward, like straight, like just fall forward on my knees. And so I turn around, there's 2 giant holes. My shoes are in those holes. There's a perfect imprint of like where my knees landed in my hands. And I just turn around and tell Brian, my shoes are in those holes. So I'm just standing there, my socks in the mud.
I want to get a film crew and recreate my point of view from this event. So the backhoe's there, and so its arms are making a triangle. So there's a little triangle field of vision. And what made me laugh even more was that we split up. There was no reason for us to split up like, hey, you take the left flank, I'll take the right. There was but we started walking, and we walked separate ways around the backhoe. And from this little triangle of triangular window, I see we can get this out. I see Andrew, and it looks like he's doing like a Superman, like he's flying straight through the through that window. And as he's falling, my shoes fell off. As he's falling, and on the other side of the backhoe, I as I walk over, he's already standing up. I don't know how I saw him flying forward, just yelling, "My shoes are stuck!" And then it's maybe like a foot wide. I cross that and I see him, and he's already standing, looking at where his shoes are. And then he crawls over to the, because you can't step in it. Like, if he would have lost his socks if he got stuck in there. And the holes are so deep that you can't see his shoes, and he sticks his arm in there to grab his shoes. And he was like on his knees there. So he said, if you look at where he fell and where the feet holes, and then his knees, he said that they were gonna think there were some hobos blowing each other.
Hey Bob, the hobos are back at it again.
They're blowing each other next to your backhoe. But I really wish we weren't there to fix a camera that was down, because that would have been awesome to have.
Oh, dude. Can you imagine like the rounds that thing would have made in the company? My shoes are stuck.
My shoes are stuck as you're falling. And then you must have done like a video game, like combat roll, to pop back up and be facing the other direction already. Looking, and you were just standing there in your socks. And took a picture of the imprint.
Yeah, those are. So I'll post these up. This is this is where my knees were, and then like just those kind of holes are like two of those holes have my shoes in them.
Yeah, two shoe prints, and then knee prints right next to them. It was just so beautiful, so perfect.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got sick from laughing the whole way back. Man, just one of those, like I wish I would have been wearing those like Google glasses or whatever, where you can record, or the Snapchat ones. Oh man, I'm laughed out now.
I think that's a perfect...
And it's probably not even funny to you. Like, us just describing it is, well, you had to be there, but a geography joke. But it's. I hope one day we can recreate it.
We gotta get somebody to draw it, dude.
Yeah, we'll make a cartoon of it.
But anyways, guys, that's about it. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, thank you for all the likes and subscribes and follows and shares and everything. That means a lot to us. When this comes out Friday, I hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening.
Yeah, one of those.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.